Historically, Greenwich Village has always been the tolerant, bohemian center of New York, fomenting art, dissent, and the unique. And the beating heart of this neighborhood has always been Washington Square. Was that funny? Washington Square was originally opened in 1826 as a parade ground to commemorate 50 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. It's been featured in many films, including I Am Legend. Due to copyright, I can't show you a clip of the film, but I can show you a clip of me watching it.
They're in Washington Square. Come on, Fresh Prince, get out of there!
I'm here with Doris Diether, who was born in Queens and has lived in Greenwich Village since 1955. Are you very active in the community?
Yes, I'm on the community board for 53 years. Years ago, in the 50s, there was a group of us that fought to keep the area, and one of the ones was Jane Jacobs, who's a well-known name.
You were friends with Jane Jacobs?
Yeah. And my territory was around the park and this Greenwich Village area. Every time that there was a move to do something in the area that we didn't like, all of us would go to that particular area. If there was something over here that was going on, Jane would come over with her crew and some of the other people would come up with their crews.
What's your favorite part of Washington Square Park?
I guess the musicians in the park. My husband was a music critic, but he did classical, not this kind of music.
Do you like folk music?
I like all kinds of music.
Do you like Jim Croce?
I'm not sure that I know these names.
Doris, you don't know who Jim Croce is? You know the song Time in a Bottle?
No.
If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do.
Sounds familiar.
Did I do a really good job? Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, why are you interested in Washington Square
A lot of pressure. It combines the beauty of the architecture and what it is to be New York with the people of New York, which I think is the perfect combination of what makes this city special. It's not just the beauty of the buildings, but it's the people and the interesting stories that they all have that make New York, I think, the most interesting city in the world. What do you think of that answer, Doris?
All right.
You're doing a great job with this park, and I mean, I sincerely want to say thank you for everything you do.
The guy that's in charge of the park doesn't think so.
Well, I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him for you, Doris. Well, that's Doris Diether. Moving on. Before it was a park, Washington Square was land acquired by the city in the late 1700s to be used as a potter's field, where among other things they hanged criminals from trees like this one, the hangman's elm at the northwest corner of the park. They say that this is one of the oldest living things in Manhattan at almost 350 million years old. Thanks. 350 years old, which is still very impressive. And what? And they also used the field to bury thousands of corpses, many of whom died of yellow fever epidemics in the late 1700s, early 1800s, and whose restless souls are still trapped underground today. In fact, construction projects have actually stumbled across a lot of their decomposed remains. Oh look, crepes.
So we've covered the past of the park. Let's talk to a tour guide friend of mine about the present.
So you're a tour guide?
Yes.
What did you get on the tour guide exam?
131.
I got a 142.
Okay. Yeah, but I took it at 60 years old. You don't learn things as easily at 60 years old.
Now you're making me feel bad for bragging. Thanks a lot, Renee. So what's your favorite fact about Washington Square Park?
I love the fact that we've had a lot of protests that have started or ended right at the arch. Women's suffrage, the right to vote. The original gay march was called the Christopher Street March, the Great Gay Pride. It started here at the arch and went over Christopher Street in front of the stone wall there. Then you had the Occupy Wall Street protesters even came up here. It's just totally amazing to sit here and think of all the people that have walked through
Yeah. Well, Samuel Morse debuting the Telegraph.
Well, he was a professor at NYU.
As was Jonas Salk.
Yep.
Salk was a professor for polio.
Yep.
As was Samuel Colt, who invented the revolver. Well, thanks again, Renee. Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, I'm going to go do my tour of Greenwich Village. Okay. I'll see you around.
All right. Oh, great. Renee, the microphone.
Oh.
I'm here at one of the more recognizable New York landmarks, the Washington Arch. It was put here in 1895 to replace a temporary one that was built in 1889 to commemorate 100 years since the inauguration of George Washington here in New York, which was the capital of the United States right after the Revolutionary War. The French like to point out that it takes after the Arc de Triomphe of Paris, France. But if you look closely, you'll realize no.
So we've covered the past of the park, we've talked about the present. Let's try to look into the future.
I'm Toshiko. I'm from Tokyo, Japan.
So you're gonna do my fortune today?
Sure, I'm a happy fortune today. I make you smile, okay? That's my point. I make you smile. So each line has a name. This is lifeline, headline, your heart. Line this side, the hands come. You have beautiful line of a headline. See, going down here, very smart. And then look, and they're good for making something out of nothing.
That's kind of what I'm doing today with this show.
Oh yeah, good luck for that.
Next year, will I have health insurance?
Oh yeah, why not?
How many people will see this video?
1.5 million.
1.5 million people are going to see this video?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What am I doing here?
Yes.
I got to get out of here, go start spending my money.
I'm not psychic, by the way. Okay, I'm just reading a line.
How long have you been in the United States?
More than 25 years, but I traveled 140 countries.
140 countries?
Yes.
What's the favorite thing about Washington Square Park?
Oh, I meet the people. So far I met 65 countries, different country people. 6,000, maybe 6,000 pounds like that. Or celebrities and actresses and students to homeless.
Toshiko, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
More fun, funnier, but it's okay, right?
That's good, that was good.
New York has a lot of parks, and by itself, Washington Square is just a 10-acre plot of land at the end of Fifth Avenue. Its role as the heart of one of the most culturally significant neighborhoods in the world, along with the abundance of energy packed into its modest confines, are what have always set it apart. Washington Square is beautifully designed, but like the city it calls home, it would be nothing but a plot of land without the characters that, throughout the years, have fought to make it their own. It's that story of Washington Square, which is the same as the story of New York itself,
that make it one of the most captivating parks in the world.
You're going to be rich and famous.
You think my parents will be proud of me?
Well, I don't know. You gave up all that money for being an attorney, all that money you spent on your law degree.
We can cut here.